Welcome, executives and corporate strategists. Grab a coffee and get ready, because today we are jumping right into a highly strategic briefing. In this explainer, we're unpacking China's massive, honestly aggressive push into global tech. Specifically, we're looking at robotics and electric vehicles. But more importantly, we are breaking down exactly what this means for international trade, your supply chains, and your competitive landscape. Let's get to it.
Okay, here's our game plan for today. 1. The push for tech dominance. 2. Scaling the robotics industry. 3. Disrupting the global EV market. 4. Demographic and economic headwinds. And 5. Navigating trade risks. Let's dive in.
Section 1. The push for tech dominance, framing the macro environment. Now, the absolute crucial question we have to ask right at the top is, what exactly is driving this sudden, immense wave of high-tech exports? I mean, why right now?
Well, the answer lies in sheer scale and ambition. Right now, as we speak, there are over 150 Chinese companies in an all-out sprint to outproduce the rest of the world. They're flooding the zone in sectors like electric vehicles, solar panels, and cutting-edge robotics. The volume is, frankly, just staggering.
And you know, this perfectly illustrates the cultural resilience fueling this push. Take Mr. Chen, a local guide who spent 20 years, literally by hand, restoring 456-year-old bricks on the steepest, most treacherous parts of the Great Wall. He says, it's not just a wall, it's the spirit of this country. And much like that meticulous brick-by-brick restoration, China is methodically and relentlessly building its modern technological dominance.
Section 2. Scaling the robotics industry, from factories to living rooms.
Inside the humanoid plant over in Beijing, they've got a very clear product roadmap. Right now, in the present, we're seeing these large, bulky prototypes, designed to help the elderly or wash dishes, but they are mostly remotely controlled. However, fast forward just 3 to 5 years, the goal is full autonomy, total market readiness, and eventually integrating highly realistic bionic silicone faces. It's wild stuff.
But as we analyze this, we really have to look at the gap between the hardware and the software. The physical hardware is already super impressive. I mean, in major Chinese cities right now, you can rent a robot to deliver your packages or even play street soccer with you. But the real gap, the one they are aggressively trying to close, is in autonomous AI training data. That is the missing link to total market dominance.
So just how fast is this AI advancing to close that gap? Get this. At a recent half marathon, a Chinese humanoid robot literally named Lightning completely shattered expectations. It finished the race in just 50 minutes and 26 seconds. That is a record-breaking pace and a massive technological leap from where they were just last year. They are sprinting, literally.
Section 3. Disrupting the global EV market, the price point advantage.
Now, this data should have every automotive executive on high alert. China's manufacturing scale has allowed them to capture an absolutely astonishing global footprint. They are currently approaching nearly 70% of all electric vehicles sold globally. Yes, you heard that right, 70%. And the secret weapon here? It's price disruption. If you look at automakers like BYD, which stands for Build Your Dream, by the way, the sticker shock is just staggering. They're offering highly featured luxury vehicles. We're talking built-in massage seats for around $25,000 domestically. That same car would hypothetically retail for about $35,000 in the US. And at the ultra-low tier, they have models selling for less than $12,000. It's a massive price point advantage over Western competitors that you simply cannot ignore.
Moving on to Section 4. Demographic and economic headwinds, the vulnerabilities.
Now, it's not all unstoppable growth. China's actually facing some intense internal pressures right now. They've got a shrinking population hitting the lowest birth rates on record, which is largely tied to high youth unemployment and soaring housing costs. Plus, their domestic EV market is so fiercely competitive that most Chinese automakers are actually operating at a financial loss at home. This deep economic pressure has actually sparked a really fascinating social trend among the youth known as lying flat, which is essentially opting out of the intense corporate grind. Though, actually, recent college grads like Lori Jiao describe it a bit more optimistically. She views it as young people pausing to find a place to be who they are and to explore where the opportunity actually lies rather than just being blindly pushed forward. So,
Here is the crucial takeaway. Because domestic consumers are financially tapped out and the home market is totally saturated, these massive tech companies desperately need the oxygen of international sales to survive. They aren't just expanding globally because they want to, they are expanding because they absolutely have to.
All right, Section 5, Navigating Trade Risks.
The geopolitical roadblocks. For those of you executives currently mapping out supply chains, you know the barriers to entry here are incredibly steep. The landscape right now is primarily defined by those sweeping 100% U.S. tariffs recently slapped on Chinese EVs. Furthermore, there are deep-seated national security concerns over data surveillance, which frankly makes soft power diplomacy a strict necessity for China's global strategy.
Critics impartially raise a very distinct fear of strings attached. When importing highly connected, low-cost products like smart cars and autonomous robots from an ecosystem that heavily relies on cameras and digital surveillance, Western regulators are understandably wary of data privacy and security.
So, to counterbalance these hard power tariffs and security fears, China leans heavily into soft power. A perfect example of this is the recent 10-year conservation agreement sending giant pandas Fushuang and Pingping to Zoo Atlanta. These pandas essentially act as an unofficial barometer for U.S.-China relations, a way to build goodwill while the intense battle for tech dominance rages in the background. So, as corporate strategists sitting in the boardroom today, how do we actually synthesize all this data? What is your move?
Here is your action plan. Step 1. Prepare for severe, potentially unprecedented EV price wars globally, and benchmark against that $12,000 base tier. Step 2. Closely monitor the upcoming 3 to 5 year timeline for autonomous robotics, because that AI gap is closing fast. And Step 3. Stay incredibly agile. Track tariff fluctuations closely, because political winds will constantly dictate market access.
Look, adapting to this new reality might be incredibly tough to swallow. It's kind of like a bowl of Beijing's famous dozi, which is this sour, pungent, fermented mung bean juice that locals eat for breakfast. It's a massive challenge, and definitely an acquired taste. But adapting to this completely new competitive landscape is absolutely vital for your company's survival. I want to leave you with this final provocative thought for your next board meeting. As this unstoppable wave of low-cost, highly advanced tech crashes onto global shores, is your company positioned to be crushed by it? Will you compete against it, or will you find strategic ways to collaborate with it? Think about it. Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.